How you doing, Ralfy? Ralfy Customs. Part 2 of the Triumph Ensemble. So, yeah, as we left it last time. Last time on Ralfy Customs. I say last time, son. We're ready to do the fucking brake lines. Now, you've seen me do this before, but I'll run through it. What I do is fit the old fucking banjos, or jambos, as it comes out in my head, where they want to be like. So we've got the jambos on both ends. And then I'll dummy run a length of line. I'll feed it through where I want it to fucking go, and now I want that to go through the forks there, up to that jumbo, and then I need to use my third hand to fucking film it and show you, but I'll bear with. And from there, come down, about like that, look, down to the fucking banjo. It's going to be tied off there with the cable tie. I have a little bit of rubber hose stuck to it there, so the length is somewhere there. And then I'll crop it off when we fuck off side cutters and go from there. Righto, so once I've cut the lengths, right, we've got a couple of lengths here and the associated jambos. We clamp one of those fellas in the fucking vice for the soft jaws, quite firmly, and strip it of his fucking gland, thus liberating the olive. I don't mean olive off on the buses. Arthur? That olive there. Right, now what we do is we need to, that's been squashed flat at the end of that with the side cutters. You often buy these and they're like cut with a cut-off saw, which doesn't deform them like doing it with the side cutters, true, but it fucking leaves a rough end on the braiding for me and melts the fucking Teflon liner a bit, so, or PTFE, whatever they're made of. Anyway, so we use the pliers to round it back up, and then we feed on the gland nuts. Then we work the olive on, taking care not to trap any strands of braiding, and this can be a little bit fiddly. Especially when you're trying to do it on camera, so just bear with, we'll fuck about with this. There we go, so we'll get that started. Now what I do is push it on the fucking banjo and work that baby, work out roundy, twerk that in place as far as it'll go, and then pull it off and have a look. You can see down the hole, I can't really show you, but you can see, come on, focus, you fucking focus. Fuck you then. You can see down there whether or not it's fucking flush with the end of the banjo. In this case it is. So give it a little fucking wiggly and then push the nuts up and on. Now sooner or later it's going to grab this. So hold that away from everything else and fucking let the whole lot spin. And what I do is just tweak them up and don't go fucking nuts. That's firm now. But we'll give it a couple more because we want to compress that olive onto the liner, thus making it a fucking oil tight seal. Oh, pressure tight as well, you know. So fucking brakes, this needs to be right. We'll leave a little bit of thread showing because we're going to have to work the orientation out, if that makes sense. So we'll do the same with the other end and then we'll offer it up and we'll find out whether one needs to point the same way, or it needs to be at 90 degrees, or fucking whatever like. So we'll do the same with the other end, then we'll take it over to the bike and we'll offer it up. So look, we've made them up, we're just offering one up. So we'll get a banjo bow in the top there, we're just looking for orientation. So I'll hold this down here, look. We can see that this bottom one needs to rotate 90 degrees. So it sits where we want it to. So we'll take it back over to the vise and turn it around 90 degrees. Tighten it up another 90 degrees, quarter of a turn. And that should be absolutely fucking bob on. Righto, so we've still got the old fucking rods to it on the tank. We've got the front brake lines are on. The rear brake lines on. And the fucking clutch line, which is the longest in all of the land, is on. Now, I'm not going to clip it up before I've bled it up, just in case there's an issue. So I don't do that. But what I wanted to show you was these fucking... Look, I've struggled and can't find a piece of rubber, hosing that fits over this. I've not got any. So what I've had to do, and I've done this on the shovel head, is get a piece. I'm not showing you very well. There's a slit in this. So I cut a piece a certain length, whatever length you fancy, and then, where is it? There. Then get your Stanley blade or razor blade and make a slit in it, and that will allow you to open it up and fit it over the braided line, because these are fucking abrasive, you know, it's not coated. Yeah. I don't want it rubbing a fucking groove in me fucking paintwork or me yoke or whatever. So where I'm going to put a fucking Jubilee clip, where I'm going to put a cable tie, so for example there, on this rear one, I'll put one of those, and I'll face it down so it don't look fugly, and ones that are free floating, like this one, I'll put a bit of super glue in. I'll super glue them to the line. So that's just a little bit of protection. What I'll do with the lines here, I'm going to clamp them around the fork tube, but I'll make some little standoffs out of the same tube, which I thread the cable tie through and make a loop, and then come back out, and then tighten it around the cable here, around the brake line here, and this end goes around the fork. So that will sit like that, but a bit squashed, and that will protect the paintwork and the fork leg bottom from the fucking abrasive properties of that brake line. Now it's time for a bleed up, so we'll get the old dot 4 on the job. What I do, I've shown it before, is I use a vacuum kit because it is by far the easiest option. So basically we put this end onto the bleed nipple, crack the bleed nipple open. Not showing you very well. I didn't expect that. So we put that end on the brake nipple, then we open it, put fluid in the master cylinder, and then we create a vacuum with this pump like that, and that will draw the fluid through. Simple. And then we can give it a few squirts and it's all good. There you can see it slowly going down the level as we maintain a vacuum, and you can see, I don't know if you can pick it up, but there's bubbles in the line. So we just keep going until there's not. You know, just top that up quick. Bear with, I don't want to draw any air in. Although it's worth noting that not only have we got this reservoir, but we've got quite a long length of pipe there holding fluid. So I think the bubbles are slowing down. Apart from that fucking great load that's just come through. So we'll carry on sucking it and topping it up until we get there. Okay folks, so fucking hell, I've not trimmed them off. I've got to grab me fucking cycles. Here we go. So brake lines are done. I'll just trim off the fucking last of the cable ties like so, and we've got a fucking solid brake. We've got Leonard Skinner playing in the background, tunage, got a nice clutch, cables all tucked in, sniding up, and roots up there around the radiator that's going in next. There's that little standoff, little bit of cable tie. Unfortunately I've run out of long cable ties, so we've got a joint here. Look, I might fuck that off, order some more, fuck that off. But the back brake ones are all tied in. the brake light wires that run through and into the bottom of the box, and we've got the expansion tank on as well. So that is fucking getting there. Next up, I think it's going to be the radiator, and then look at putting the Dynajet kit in the core carburetors. Righto, pop pickers. So look, we've lit up because we've changed all the bolts over to stainless cap heads, but now we're around this side and we have a slight issue in that the kit I bought does not include the alternator bolts. They're like a 12mm head on an M8 bolt, which is unusual because there's not clearance. I've got some with 30mm head, but you can't get a socket on them or spanner on them even once they're in place. There's not enough clearance to get anything on them, tighten them up, so they're not going to fucking work, are they? We're looking for cap heads at the minute. My good friend John is looking for cap heads. He's gone to search his not inexhaustible stores, and if he's got some then we're good. If not, then the stock ones are going back in and I'll order some cap heads. But yeah, they look pretty, don't they? Work well. Hey, righto, so another day dawns. Now we're up on blocks, which it will stay there now until it's fucking completed pretty much, nice and stable, and it gives us scope to take the back wheel out for the 100th time, because there was a fuck up, you might remember, I'm sure I mentioned it in the last video, where I couldn't get the wheel aligned with the mudguard and the chain tension properly and clearing the electrics box properly. It's like I had a brain fart when I put it together in bare metal. I don't fucking know what happened. But anyway, the solution is here. The solution has arrived in the form of a 2 teeth smaller gold anodized fucking sprocket for the back. And as it sits now, we're 1 link short on the chain. Well, obviously they don't make chains, you can't get them 1 link. They're a 2 link affair, like. It's always 2, 4, 6, 8, 124, 126, etc. Etc. Patricia made me do it. And so we've gone 2 teeth smaller on the old fucking sprocket, and that'll give us that 1 link. That'll make up that 1 link. It'll be 1 link shorter on the chain, and the overall gearing will be a little bit taller. But I'm sure, looking at the size of the fucking lump in it compared to the rest of it, and all the shit that's come off from a standard bike, it'd be nice to weigh it and see the difference. And given the fact that I ride Harley Davidsons, I'm sure this will scare the shit out of me still, like. So we're going to do that right now. Also, on the list of gremlins, I'm going to fit this Dynajet kit that I bought when I first got the bike, which is over a year ago. Right, I seem to remember. It's the right year, and it's a Triumph 900 triple, and they list Trident, Sprint, Daytona, Speed triple. Don't list Trophy. I thought it's the only one available. You can't get them. That's a trophy specific. Can't be that much in it, can there? There's 900cc. Yeah, they're all triples. There's 4 models. Sorry, listed in the right 92. This is so bang on. Yeah, no, does it fit? Don't fit. It's fucking. Jeez, I don't. Again, it's one of them. It's a 200 quid fuck up. So that's gonna fucking. I don't know. It's gonna live on the shelf. Look there. Be a pretty fucking ornament or something. I don't know. If anyone wants to buy one, you can have it half price. There you go. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going around the houses to explain. I'm going old school on the carburation, and we're going to go 20% bigger on the main jet to allow for the open pipe and air filters. And we're going to go up a click or two on the needles, lift the needles up a click or two. I'll show you as I'm doing it. And we're going to take the air screws out another half a turn. And that is a really good starting point. Back in the day, we didn't have fucking Dynajet kits, you know. We couldn't afford the fucking things. Well, they didn't make them for the bikes that we were riding, so. It's a bit fucking notchy, Ralfy. A bit gnarly. So, yeah. So we're going to do a manual tune, if you like. Well, it was manual anyway, but we're going to work it out ourselves. So And also, we're going to change all of these top screws and these bottom screws, these M5s. We're going to change them out to Allen key stainless Allen bolts because they look fucking a lot nicer. So there you go. Right, so we've took the slide out, the diaphragm and the spring, and running down the centre of it is your needle. As the slide lifts, this lifts, clears the main jet in the bottom of the emulsion tube. Lets more fuel in. So that's it pretty much. And that is held in place. Look, there's a little circlip there. And that's in the middle. And the jet's marked, the needle's marked E56. And that'll be the length and the profile of it. So we could get thinner ones if we wanted. Go a couple thinner if we need to. But I'm hoping we don't. I'm hoping that one click on this, bigger main jet, and off turn out on the ash will do it. I can't do this one-handed. It's really quite precise. So I'll get that done. We'll get these screws changed out to some nice stainless caps. And then it's a visit to Uncle Tony because I've not got any fucking 145 jets, 150 jets. So we'll see if he has. I'll give him a bell when he's open. So there you go. We've moved that down one and we've kept the plastic spacer underneath. There's one that goes on top as well. And then that needs to go down the hole and come out the middle hole of the slide. And then we can put the spring in and put the cap back on with some of these nice little stainless bolts. So I've just had to cut 12 down because I didn't have any of the right length. So we've varnished the end, the cut end smooth, and sorted some washers out for it. So I'll get this one back together and do the other three, and then it's air screws and bottoms for the main jets. Not to go on too much about these, but they do look better with those stainless caps in. But these fucking screws are inherently difficult to get out. Not too bad on the bottom. You can use the impact driver, which is normal. Sit it in your lap because you've got plastic caps like, so with a cloth or whatever, and twat the fucking impact driver on the bottom screws. The top screws you can't really do that because the caps are made of plastic. So what I use is these fucking Bernards parallel, look like a fucking dinosaur, don't they? Parallel pliers that grip like there's fucking no tomorrow. I'm not sure if I can actually do it and film it, but we'll see. So grab it, give it a fucking turn. There you go. That's gone straight away. And these have been in there since 92. So they've been in there fucking 30 years. Wow. That one, look. Oh, fucking hell, it's gone. Happy days. So yeah. Just take care when you're taking the tops off because it can be fragile. Also, what happens when they've stood for a long time or they've fucking been done thousands of miles, you know, millions of miles, like the diaphragms actually stretch a bit. This diaphragm stretches a bit and it don't fit in the fucking recess anymore. So you can't get it in. It's like trying to stuff a fucking sleeping bag in a fucking stuff sack. But, you know, it needs to be smooth in there. It needs to seal. They're a cunt. They fly off at any excuse. They'll leave you. I've just had to scurry around the floor to find the one for this one. So, yeah, take care with the screws. Don't lose your fucking seals and make sure that your fucking diaphragm's not gone baggy, eh, girls? Okay, so I've ran Dynajet. They don't do a kit. That's why I couldn't get one. The one I've got won't work, so we're fucked there, aren't we? We're going to go old school and jets and all that I said earlier. But I've got no fucking jets. I'll go to Tony's on the way home and see if he has. And in the meantime, I've ordered some because they're not expensive. If Tony ain't got any, then there's some on the way, you know. But I've fitted the carbs in the meantime just to make sure everything's pucker. And now I'm making up the throttle cable. So we've got the outer located there, look, in the original receptacle, and we'll work out the length a la routing it how we want it, which is going to be something like that. Really difficult to do one-handed, so I'll just explain what I'm going to do. We'll cut the outer to the right length, and then we'll feed the inner into the throttle assembly and down the cable, and out the other end, and then we can trim that off at the right length, fit a barrel nipple, the screws on, and we've done it. Dead simple. Yeah, so once we've done that outer and we've run the inner through, we then, again, I can't really show you one-handed, but we take the carbs off because we can't see fuck all where they are, and then we put the outer back in there in its keeper, and we run the inner through the linkage where it's going to end up, and we use a marker pen to put a little line as a guide, slip the nipple on, come up a little bit from the marker pen, yeah, and Bob's your answer. Screw it on, trim it off, job's a good one. So now that should be absolutely bob on there for the carbs. I'm gonna fit it, but I've just noticed the state of that fucking screw. So that's coming out and being replaced with a Allen key, Allen bolt, and so's that other outer one. And then we've got a cover that covers the rest up, and I've run out of fucking M5 Allen screws, so I'd have to order some in if I was going to carry on down that route. So we're back on the bench for the 100th time with the carbs. We'll have these fucking screws out, one each end, and change them for a nice shiny. And then I'm going to put them back on, although they need setting up. So I'm going to drop them back on and put the cover on. Put this cover on. Fit the rear sprocket, which I've still not done. I'm putting it off because it's a bit of a faff. I get the chain on, and then the bike is pretty much complete. There's a breather that needs to go on the engine, and the expansion tank pipe from the radiator down to this expansion tank. I've got the original one here. I don't think it's fucking long enough. Yeah, I've got the original one here that just does what it does like. I'm sure that it's not fucking long enough, but we'll see. If it's not long enough, then I'll have to order a couple of meters, won't I? And go again. There you go, that's fucking done it. Look at that. Trying to knock that undone. I've got that one undone, purely cosmetic. And I've noticed the rail's moved, so I've checked it out, and it's fucking ripped it's broken the carburetor body. There you go, so we're going to have to order a set of fucking carbs if we can get them. If not, then we're going to have to look at, is this irreparable? Or is it something I can fix with some chemical fucking bonding stuff? Or something similar. Bummer, that is fucking just unfucking believable, ain't it? There you go. Thanks, Triumph. For these opportunities to fucking grind. That, there you go, yeah, I'm fucking lost for words. Right, we're going to attempt a chemical fucking metal repair. I have managed to track down another set of carbs, but they're 30 years old for fuck's sake, so they were more money than I wanted to spend. Now, I'm going to go and get some chemical liquid metal and see if we can fix that, because, you know, it's not structural. It just needs to not be vacuum, needs to not leak air, needs to be airtight for the vacuum to work properly. And whatever I use needs to be fuel proof, so liquid metal is the answer if you ask me. What I'm doing here, I've got the new sprocket on and everything's sitting fucking absolutely pucker. Yeah, nice bit of gap there for tight swell, etc, etc. I've got a little bit of fucking Delrin, of Nylamar, or whatever you want to call it, under there, just as a bit of insurance, just as a slipper for the chain. And we're bonding it on with fucking good old Tiger Seal. I mean, fucking Jesus, this stuff is like unbelievable. It's gone off in the tube. This top third or top half of the tube's gone off. I had to make an hole in. I've had to scavenge some out the side, which I'll probably end up back down here next time I want to use it, and then it'll go in the fucking bin. But yeah, if this stuff don't stick in it, it ain't stickable. So bit of insurance there with that. We'll leave that overnight. No point in fitting the carbs back on either, because although the cable is all ready to rock and roll and the fuel lines and that are all sorted, I need to liquid metal them. We'll see. If that fails, then we'll be splashing the cash on another pair, won't we? Sorry, another set. Which is probably most likely. I'm going to go and see what jets our Uncle Tony's got, and what products the local motor factories have. So we're off out on a bit of a road trip. Oh yeah, so the chemical of choice is Araldite steel, although it's aluminium, but it's for all liquid metal applications. So I reckon that's gonna fucking do it. Proper peachy. And there we are, we've fucking done it. Oh, super smooth. I pushed it that hard, packed it that much, it came out. Crack it on the outside. I'm gonna see it. But yeah, I've got absolutely no reason to believe that won't be perfect. So we'll see. There's a good return window on the set that I managed to find and order. And if it runs okay without them, what the fuck's that down there? A bit of shit down there. Like, if it runs okay with these carbs, then the other ones can go back, can't they? And plus, I managed to get 3 jets from our Uncle Tony. So we've gone from 130s to 145s. We've gone up a click on the needle jets. Yeah, and we've took the air screw out off turn, which is a good starting point. If nothing, that'll get us running enough to get it to a rolling road and have them set it up spot on. But I've got high hopes, so something's got to go fucking right, isn't it? Wow. Right, so we're pretty much there as regards fitting up. I've kind of fitting the rear light, which you could say is a wiring job, because I'm having to extend the standard wires. So we staggered the joints as we do. You see me do that on changing handlebar videos and things. But what we need to do is thread it up that hole and out a hole that you can't see. It's around this side. So we're going to lift the seat up. We're going to pass our MIG wire through and hopefully manage to fish it out the other fucking end and then go from there. So I'll get the other 2 wires soldered on. I'll heat shrink the joints and I'll tape it. I don't normally use this insulation tape to wrap wiring. I like cloth tape, I do, and it's very fitting with a Triumph thing. You know, it's engineering wise, it fits like with a Triumph era. But I want it to slip through the fucking. There's a joint there that's sloped upwards, and then there's an out somewhere here that's sloped again. So I want it to be slippy on the way out. I don't want the cloth tape will snag. Is what I'm fucking about trying to say. So we'll get it soldered, we'll get it wrapped, hopefully we'll get it fed through. Okay, so backlight's fitted, wires exit frame tube and enter electrics box. That's not easy to catch on the camera. As described, I've put the bracket inside that holds the starter and the ECU. You can't see it because I've put the lid on, just so it's bolted on. Yeah, pretty much now everything that's got to be fitted is fitted. Done the crankcase breather there, look. Yeah, hopefully it won't make too much fucking mess. If it does, then I'll have to find a much longer pipe and we'll fucking run it here and fuck it off down there. Just punch it at the chain or something, you know. But I don't think it will. Well, I hope it don't anyway. Hopefully the carbs will be okay. Don't see why not. What I'm doing now is I've kind of moved on to wiring, but I'm going to call it a day. This video is long enough. I'm just fitting the sensor for the digital speedo. I'm going to probably take that off before I leave tonight and paint the fucker black, because that won't do. That won't do at all. And they fucking give you these rare earth magnets to use. That's what this reads. That reads these, yeah. So you set 6 points or whatever, circumference of your tyre, and then it knows to calibrate it every time 6 goes by. You've moved that far along, works it out. Fucking genius. The only problem is these are way too small for the fucking for these. I could get an next size up, and it don't help that Alright, they're staying in there, but only by the grace of God, because there's a lot of them stacked up. Because these are stainless and they're going into an aluminium adapter, so it's only really the helicoil that I put in there. There's the threaded insert that's providing some stick. Oh, and the disc itself, there you go. So yeah, don't know, maybe we needed to have drilled, then it's too far. I don't fucking know. I'll probably end up using that same arrow die to set those in there, which makes sense, doesn't it? But not today. As I say, I'm gonna call it quits and leave you with a shot of the Triumph, pretty much all together. That slippers, I'm leaving that 24 hours. Well, more, I'm away now, so I'm leaving there plenty of time for that to go off. But we're about there. We need water, we need oil, we need petrol. After I've wired it, of course, that is the next big deal, which will be maybe in the next video, maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, I don't know, just got a fucking... There we go, had a phone call come in, but I was recording. So it just leaves me to thank you for watching, as always. Check out my friends in the description below. Please give me a thumbs up and a like if you like what you see. And I'll catch you on the next one. Lots of love, everyone. See you soon.